What's up, guys? If you need some help building your butt, working on those glutes, I got 5 exercises for you today. Let's jump right into it. All of our exercises are going to be using 41-inch resistance bands or 13-inch mini bands. The first exercise is going to be a banded hip thrust. So what you're going to need for this is a bench or something that you can rest your back on. I love using the bench, obviously. And then you're also gonna need a 41-inch resistance band. You might want a few of them because you're gonna want a pyramid up and down in resistance as you go through your sets. So to set this up, it is super easy. We're just gonna grab the band kind of in the center so that you have 2 of these loops that get formed. And then we're gonna hook 1 loop around kind of the arch of each foot. And then you're gonna get kind of a shoulder width stance. And then all you need to do is pull this loop up and tuck it into that V area where your hip joint is. And then from there, we're just gonna scoot ourselves out from this bench, drop down. We're kind of resting right below the shoulder blades here. And then to do the rep, kind of get that shoulder width stance, drop that butt down nice and low to get that full extension. And then we're gonna thrust our pelvis straight up to the ceiling, engaging those glutes, pulling that core in tight, and thrusting it up as far as you can to get full contraction on those glutes. And then we let it down nice and slow. Control the rep, don't bounce, don't use momentum. Really squeeze for like a 1 to 2 second pause at the top to get maximum engagement, and then drop it down. And then to get out, you just kind of scoot yourself back up on the bench, grab the band, and drop it down. All right, next exercise, we're gonna be doing some RDLs with resistance bands. So I'm gonna be using a single 41-inch band, and I'm also using the Clutch Fitness foot plate to help take up some length and give me a comfortable place to anchor my bands. And then I'm also using a pair of clench band handles, again, to take up some length so I can get good tension at the bottom of the rep. To set this up, it's super simple. I like turning the platform kind of the long edge parallel to my feet. And then I'm using the center channel here. I just got the band draped through this center channel. And it's really easy to just set this up, flip it down. And then to stand, I kind of stand with my feet centered right over that center channel. And then I just pop one band handle into each end here. And then I kind of stand towards the outboard portion of the foot plate here, depending on how wide you are. Basically just get like a shoulder width stance. And then the handles are gonna be out in front of us, and we're going to be dragging them kind of up and down the front of our legs. That's how we know we're doing a good rep here. And this is a hip hinge exercise. So we're gonna start in this vertical position, and then we're gonna bend at the hips and stick our butt out behind us as we go down. And then we're gonna let these handles glide down along the front side of our legs. And we're gonna keep our legs as straight as possible and then get as much bend as possible and as much stretch as possible. You'll feel a big stretch in those hamstrings, big stretch in those glutes. And then we're gonna change directions, thrust our hips forward, squeeze those glutes, come back up, and keep everything nice and slow and controlled, pulling that core in tight to help support that lower back. Exhaling on the way up, inhale on the way down. All about the stretch here. Stick that butt out behind you, big stretch, and then keep those handles on the front side of your legs. And that is how I like to set up RDLs. All right, next exercise, we're going to be doing Bulgarian split squats with a little bit of a forward lean to help get us some more glute engagement. The way that I like to set these up is using the Clutch Fitness foot plate, and then you're also gonna need a bench and something to prop your foot up on to hold that back leg up for these Bulgarian split squats. And then I also add a single 41-inch band to the foot plate to add resistance. And of course you want a few different sets of bands so that you can go up and down in resistance. Setting this up, I like to center my foot basically right where I have the band, and I have this set up in the center of the plate. And then you set the distance up to get your foot in a comfortable position, and then to load it, get down into your split squat stance. Your knee should be at a 90 or maybe a little bit beyond at the bottom, and you should feel a good stretch in your off leg, in the quad. Load that band up. And then we're gonna get that forward lean, right? So we wanna look like a 20 to 30 degree forward lean here to stretch that glute out. And it's nice and slow and controlled. Make sure you get as deep as possible. Really stretch that glute at the bottom and then squeeze it at the top. And why I like the foot plate, it's super easy to just switch legs, bump over to the other side, and crank out the reps. Next exercise, we're gonna be doing some seated abductions. So we're gonna grab a bench, something that you can sit on, and then also a 13-inch mini band. We're gonna wrap it right around, kind of just above our knees, and make sure you use something that's heavy enough to get really good engagement, but also we still wanna get full range of motion in this exercise, so be conscious of that. So to get this set up, I basically get myself comfortable on the bench. I kind of like to lean back a little bit, and then I bring my feet up off the ground, and then all we're doing is we're just gonna extend our legs out to the sides as far as possible. Really feel that glute squeeze on the outside. Don't drop forward and let your feet down. You want them up so that we got engagement here, and then let it down nice and slow all the way back to that resting position. Exhale on the way up, squeeze, and let it down nice and slow. And you want to use a heavy enough band here, because the heavier the band, the better that it'll stay in place during this exercise. But also you want to get the right resistance so that we can get a full range of motion here. I don't want you stopping like halfway because you can't go all the way. So you want to make sure you get all the way out as far as you can, and then back together. And it's all about the slow, controlled contractions here, and then squeezing it at the top where you can really feel that glute medius engaging. And that's how we do the seated abductions. All right, last one for you. We're going to be doing some more abduction, but now we're going to be doing it kind of in a dynamic way. So I got that same 13-inch mini band from the last exercise just above my knees. And now we're going to be doing some lateral walks or crab walks. We're going to go side to side. And for this one, it's all about proper form, because it's really easy to kind of get off kilter here, especially if you have too much resistance. The big thing to watch out for, a couple of things. So we want to get down kind of nice and low here, like we're in a squat position. That's really going to get those glutes engaged. And then when we do our lateral walk, we're going to step out kind of as far as we can comfortably, but also we want to try to keep the knees vertically over top of our feet. If you're stepping too far, you're probably going to start to see some like ducking where your knees are crashing in. We don't want that. We want to stay nice and strong here with our knees out over our feet. And then we're just stepping side to side. Step with your lead leg and then follow with your back leg. And it's all about staying low here. As you get fatigued, you're going to want to stand vertical and vertical. Stay down in that squat position, and you're going to get the best bang for your buck here. We're just doing lateral walks side to side. Get as many reps as you can. My glutes are starting to burn already. Whew. And that's how we do the crab walks. There you go. There's 5 exercises that you can throw into your next leg day, whether it's like a full leg day or you're just focusing on the hamstrings and glutes. These are all great exercises to throw in. And of course, they're using bands, so they're super simple to set up, and no matter where you are. Also, if you enjoyed what you saw today, be sure to smash that like button. If you want to see more content like this, check out the on-screen video links. We have tons of exercises and workout videos just for you. And if you need any of the bands or accessories we showed today, please head over to clenchfitness.com. We will hook you up. And as always, thanks for watching.